Hello,
Hello,
Revital.
hello, Rakefet. Hello, dear community. I hope you're all well and doing the best you can to keep on shine the light. We all try to shine on these days, although it's not that easy. We gather here from all over the globe, and each and every country has its own challenges. But our purpose today is to help us all connect to our inner power. And today we have a special guest that will lift us up. And I would like to introduce Rakefet. Rakefet Beka Moses. Hello, Rakefet.
Hello, Revital. Good evening.
Good evening. Well, Rakefet is a spiritual guide and practical channeling teacher. Rakefet has developed the Be the Change thinking. She is a great healer and leads personal and global healing processes. And Rakefet will share perspective with us about feminine leadership. Hello, Rakefet. I'm so excited to have you here with me. And please, can you tell us about yourself in your own words?
Yes, of course. So first of all, thank you, Revital, for inviting me, and I really love to be here in the SGLA program. And I've met some wonderful people already from your community, so it's great to see them again. If there's people here with us, say hi, so I know that you're here. It will be great. And I can tell you, for those who don't know me, that I'm actually channeling since I was 7 years old. It's something that I do since my cousin died and I started seeing him. So I'm a channeler as well. And since then, I have started to receive messages from light entities and the spiritual guides like the angels and all kind of different spiritual guides that are related to the light. And what I do now, what I'm doing in the past, I think 7 years, is that I'm channeling messages through the angels, and the messages are not related only for me. It's for everyone. It's for our development, our personal development, our global development, and it's really important, especially in this time. And we all know the last 2 years have been amazing and amazingly difficult for everyone, and we are going through a transformation now, and all the messages that they give us are supporting the changes that we are doing in this time. And so I'm really glad that I have that ability and the honor to do that and to channel those messages. This
Yeah, thank you. I would like our listeners to know that I'm also listening to you for 1.5 year, and it really helps. It really helps to open the heart to look at things in different way, and it makes a very good inner job. And also, I also feel that I'm helping. My surrounding, my family to cope with it, even though they don't know the work we do. But that's the magic in it. You do your work, and it helps everyone who's around you. And so, Rakefet, please. These days, some of us are led by the events around us, or might be led by guidance of our inner voice. And we would like to look at our life from a different personal and collective perspective. How is it connected from your eyes to feminine leadership, or why is this issue brought up these days?
Well, first of all, I think I have to say that some of the things I can say in that are my own opinion, and some of the things they can just channel through me, and I will tell you when they are channeling things through me and when it's my opinion. And a lot of the things that we are going to talk about are actually things that we have received messages about them the past, I think, at least 6 months. And feminine leadership is the thing that we are now going to. Actually, we're going to that. But feminine leadership is not just a woman that needs to lead. It's the energy the feminine energy. The feminine energy asks us to look at things in a different perspective from what we have looked until now. And this is a message that we got, that I think about 2 or 3 months ago, that they told us stop looking at things from a male perspective, which is looking straight ahead and trying to understand how I'm going to the goal, and start looking at a collective and look about what other people need from me, and not only what they need from me and but what can I give them. And we want to know, we want to remember that when we are going through these changes that we are going through now, we are not trying to show that we are better than others. We are not trying to have someone leading. We want all of us to be leaders, all of us to find that leading part of us and bringing that into action. Because when we will all be leaders, we will all be connected to what is our bliss, to what we are here to do, to the calling that we have in this life. So we will be able to bring the best out of us, and then other people will bring the best out of them, and together we will be much greater, and we will receive a lot more abundance from the world, because we will be more open to it. We will not try, when you try to hold something in your hands, you're really narrow your channel to receive abundance. And when you open that channel and you're not holding anything because you're giving, and you are then opening that channel, and you can receive a lot more abundance because you're in a giving point of view, not in a holding point of view. You're not trying to hold anything for yourself. You're actually open your eyes and open your hands and say, I'm open to receive and I'm open to give. So the feminine leadership point of view is talking about not looking at what can I gain from that, or what can I hold and keep for myself. It's looking at what can I give, and how can I listen to the person in front of me in a better way, and how can I really relate to that person from our hearts, and not from our mind, and not from the things that we want to say, but we want to listen in a different way.
Yeah. I imagine when you talk, I just see, that we are like a vessel, that the light comes inside us, and we shouldn't keep it inside us. We should just help it channel it through us to the whole world. And part of what we're doing here is just like meeting you, and bringing the whole light, or all the message to everybody, so that everybody can hear and everybody can listen to us and join us in this doing.
What I really love about SGLA, about the program, is that I know that Shlomo is really helping people to find their calling, to find their destiny, to relate to their inner voice. And this is something so important, because this is the way to bring yourself to fulfillment in this lifetime. So you will feel fulfilled, but also that you will help the world raise the vibration, and that to be in that development that we are all going through now. So we are all a part of this big puzzle, and we all have a role in it. We cannot take a part of the puzzle and say that it's complete. You will see that there is a piece missing, and
Mhm.
you know that you are part of that puzzle. So you must find your place, and then to shine when you find your place.
Yes, truly. I really understand this. um but you know that people around the world, we are all living in a different levels of consciousness, and the power of looking from a feminine perspective and making decisions out of our inner feminine leadership is not accessible for all of the humanity. Is there a way that can help us connect each and every one of us to this power, regardless of the consciousness level we live in?
Well, I think that's a question that I need to ask. I know the answer is yes, but we would like to receive a tool, maybe a practical tool for that question. So let's see what their answer is. Okay, so they're saying that the level of consciousness raised for all of us together, when one of us is pulling up, the other one are pulling with him, and they're all being compared at the same time. So we're all leveled up in the same time when we can absorb the information coming to us. So what we need to do is, first of all, when we do the process, we need to remember that we are blessed that we are here to do that process, and not to look around to see where other people are in their consciousness level, but to look at where we are going to. And they say that we need to remember that we are all affecting on one another, and it's really important that when we are affecting each other, we only look up, not to look down. So this is the first thing that they're saying, and this is more theoretically, but it's important to remember that when we are raising our vibration, we need to look up, not to look to where we were, not to look at the things that other people are doing and that they are there, and to see, not to compare between where we are to where they are, but to keep looking up and remember that we are pulling them up with us. So this is one thing, because they are saying that when we are looking up, it's like we're looking up, looking down at them, and it's actually taking them lower. So we don't do that. We just want to keep going up and pull them with us. So this is the first thing. Let's see what they can tell us more. Okay, this is I'm laughing because it's funny. They're saying that our words have a lot of effect. And they say that when we bless people, we can bless them with that feeling of, for them, that they will feel whole with themselves. They say when you congratulate people for their birthday, when people come to visit you and you say to them hello, always bless them with feeling whole, feel that they are whole. And they say that when we will bless people that, and we really mean that blessing, what will happen is that they will start feeling complete. They will start feeling that they want to feel complete, and they will start doing changes in their lives so that they will feel that. And they say that there is also holiness that they will feel when they will find that, when we will bless them and with that when we will bless them with those words, they will start feeling complete, and they will start feeling holiness, and they will look up to us because they would like to understand why we're blessing them this blessing. So they're saying this is something small that we can all do, and we can do it all the time, to just bless people, that they will feel whole, that they will feel complete. And that's the feminine leadership. Like I said before, it's related to look at all of us together and not just look at myself. So you're not blessing people and just congratulate them to have a lot of health and luck and things like that. You're blessing them that they will feel whole and complete and fulfillment. And this is something that when we do, they will start thinking about it, and then it will start, they will want to develop more in their life, and eventually it will raise their vibration as well.
Can I ask? I have a small example.
Yes,
Like,
sure.
I have a small example because where the in the club that I surf in, my son went to a camp there for a few days, and I all the time blessed the manager who was responsible there for all the children, and she always sent us pictures, and I always sent her back blessing of how happy I am to get these pictures, and I'm thanking her for so much, because sitting on the beach, very hot on the beach, and taking pictures of children and trying to get each and every every child in the frame is very, very difficult. And so I felt like that if I will send her my blessing and appreciation for what she's doing, she will feel it. She will feel it back. And when I went surfing myself, she looked at me and she said, "Oh, I'm so happy that you see me, that you sent me these blessings." There are people who complain, and all of a sudden you get some blessing from somebody. It made her feel very happy. Is that an example that is
It is. It
connecting?
is. An example for a part of it, because what you did is actually that you didn't take her for granted, and you thank her for something that other people might think that she have to do, but you saw that she was actually, doing an effort for you, for all the parents to show you where their kids are, and when your kids are, and what you did is you blessed her and you paid attention. You gave her attention to her efforts. So you told her, I see you. That's what you said. I see you. I see the effort. I see you, that you're doing something for us, that you care about us. And this is the first level. The second level is to bless her, that she will feel fulfillment in what she does. Okay, to tell her that I hope that you felt good as well while doing it. You're not just doing it because you want us to be happy, but because it also make you feel happy.
Mm.
That's the next
Okay.
step. Okay, and I love it that you're asking questions. So if our viewers, the people that with us, I see there are a lot of people with us. So if you have questions, please write them down. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Okay, I see that
Yes,
there.
I'm looking. I can't see any questions yet,
No, I
but
don't see questions yet. I just see hi. I
yes.
must say that some of the people I can't see your names, so write down your names as well. Some of them it says only Facebook user, and I don't see the names. Okay, so write your names as well.
Okay, so thank you for making it more accurate. I will go and I will do the next step, and I will let everybody know uh, if she felt if she, how did she feel when I blessed her.
Good.
Okay. Um and when you started talking, you also mentioned in feminine leadership the listening part of it. And if we talk about listening, there are lots of levels of listening. Would you like to share with us the kinds of the types of listening that we can have in our conversations, and where would we like to see ourselves in the listening criteria?
Okay, so it's not something that I studied, the type of listening, but I know that the in the past channel through me a lot of information about the love language, the language of love, how to speak love, and one part of it is how to listen by love, how to hear love. And what they kept telling us is that we need to be active in when we are listening, but the active part is not us talking, and it's not us hearing, trying to find the answers in, for what we have to say, how we're going to react to that person, or not even trying to find how it makes us feel. No, it's completely different. It's actually putting ourselves aside for a moment. And the first is just to listen, not from our ears, but from our hearts and from our soul, and to ask ourselves, what is that person in front of us want to tell us about his experience? Okay, what is he feeling now? What is his experience at the moment? And many times when people are arguing, a person can shout and can say all kind of things. And this is an easy example, because when people are shouting at you and saying all kind of things, that they are trying to hurt you or trying to maybe tell you how frustrated they are, and they're saying a certain words that they might afterwards regret. And it's easy to understand that we don't want to listen to the words they say. We want to understand what they're telling us. because sometimes what they're trying to tell us is, I need your compassion, I need your help, I need your love, I feel alone. They're trying to tell all kinds of things. But also when people are talking to us and they're not shouting at us and we're not going to fight, they have some kind of experience, they have something that they feel at that time that make them feel that they need to say those things. And active listening is actually to put myself aside. I don't want to check what is going on with me at the moment. I don't want to say, how do I feel in reaction to what that person say? And I don't even want to think about what I have to say back at him. I'm just trying to feel, what is that person feeling at the moment? And that level is the first part. And after that, we're going to connect from our souls, not just from our hearts. This part is from our hearts. We're going to connect from our soul, to the divine, to the divinity, to the voice that is not just inside of us, but the voice that actually connects us, which is our souls. The souls are all connected to the creation. So we want to connect to the creation and to listen what needed to be said now to that person. What does he need to hear? And I want to give you an example for something that happened to me a few years ago, that I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was telling me about some troubles that she had with her husband. And as a friend, I started telling her my opinion. And I was talking to her, I think about 2 minutes, and then I got a message. Stop saying what you think. It's not good for them what you're saying now. You're saying what you're thinking. You're saying what you think she wants to hear, but what she needs to hear now is something completely different. And then I asked the angels. I was channeling the angel Uriel then, and I asked him, what do I need to say? And he said, well, she needs to hear something completely different. So he told me what I need to say and what she needs to hear. And then when I said it, she said, okay, now I understand what I have to do. And before that, what happened was that as a friend, I wanted to give her compassion and to support her. And it wasn't the right thing for her to hear at the time. And when we stop and we are listening from our hearts to the experience that the person in front of us is experiencing, and then we are going to listen to the soul, what is the soul that is connected needs to hear. So we hear the answers. And I know that people here have experienced what I'm going to say. Sometimes you speak to someone and he doesn't know you, he doesn't know your situation, and he says something and you think, I really needed to hear that. You don't know my story, you don't know what I'm going through today, but I really needed to hear that thing that he's saying now. Right? Have you experienced that?
Yes, yes, and especially with people whom I don't know. It is much difficult for me to understand what to say, what's the right thing to say when I know the person, because I'm afraid all the time that I will hurt him if I will say
Yeah.
something that he doesn't need to hear now. It's a very good point. How do we make that the observation, or how can we connect the listening of from our brain to the listening of our heart?
I
Can
think
you?
the first thing is to actually close the ears that
Okay.
we are so used to hear from. We need to close them, and we can, well, even if we will look with our eyes, you know how we also understand the body language and things like that. So we might also translate it from what we see from our eyes. So it's also to close our eyes. Sometimes when I talk to people and I really want to connect, I'm closing my eyes, and people, I tell them I'm not falling asleep, I just really want to feel what you're saying. So try
Mm,
that first of
okay,
all.
so
Really
closing the eyes is very good.
closing the eyes and really trying to, to close the ears as well, not listen from the ears and from our eye, and not to look, and to breathe when that person is talking. So it's kind of like you're breathing his words, and then you feel in your body how that feel. Okay, now we need to remember that when someone is angry at us and we breathe these words, it's going to make us react. Our body will shrink, it will feel uncomfortable. But we don't want to feel it like it's ours. We want to understand what he needs. And it's taking the conflict to a completely different place. And when we can't do it, what we need to do is not react at that time. Okay, because then the reaction is all emotional, and we want to really help that person feel that he have a place, that he's safe to say what he needs. And after a few times that we will do that, that I will be able to not answer and to react from a place of listening from my heart and then listening from my soul. So what will happen is that all of our language will change. We will start talking to one another in a completely different level, because that person will know it's safe to say what he needs, and that he doesn't need to shout what he feels. He can say what he feels and what he needs. So every time we express ourselves, everything that we say, we have a reason to say it. And I think this is something that I've learned during this year, this past year, that they kept giving us message, and they kept saying, taste your words. I don't know if you heard this message. They said, taste your words.
Mhm.
Every letter, everything that you say, have a taste in your mouth. Really taste. And in Hebrew also, the word taste is the way that you pronounce the words. And they say you need to understand, why are you saying those words? What are you trying to say? Like what we said, that I want to understand what is the other person experiencing now, and I want to feel that, because I want to understand how to answer him. So I want to understand, why am I what am I feeling? Why am I feeling the need to say those words? What do they taste like? And
Mhm.
when I started doing that practice, I understood that there's a lot of things that I don't need to say.
Mhm.
And I stopped. I really, I think I talked a lot more last year and the years before, and really changed me. And I talk less now with people, and I really choose my words. And when I choose them, is not because I don't think that I have anything to say. It's because I understand that what I want to say, I can say in just a few words, and people will understand that. And I don't need to tell the entire story, and I don't need to affect on other people about how they feel. I can say only these few words, and it will be understandable, and I will receive what I need, which is sometimes love, sometimes understanding, all kind of things. I see that there are questions here.
There are questions. Oh, great.
Yes, yes. Wait, wait, Anna, wait. I need to see. Anna is here in the back office helping us. So she's showing us the questions. Okay, let's see. Need to listen beyond the words to feel their heart and their energy vibe. Okay, let's see the questions. Indeed, we need to remain connected to the collective consciousness and our divine guide to channel the messages they need to hear. Yes, and it's a lot of practice. It takes practice, but it's mostly when we think about the other person. What does that other person need? And again, it doesn't mean that we don't think about ourselves at all. It's just that we really want to give that person what he needs, because then he will be able to finish the process that he needs to go through, and then we will check what we need. Okay, let's see, Diana. How can we connect to the angels and our archangels more, or how can we receive better from source answers to our questions? Okay, so Diana, it's something that I actually teach. So if you would like to know more, I will just send you a link to that so you can see. I can tell you a few things now. That first of all, there are a lot of messages that we receive that are around us. For instance, it can be repetitive numbers. It can be people that are answering us, like I said before, people that we don't know that give us answers. It can be also songs in the radio. It can be that we are thinking about something and we are driving in the car and we see a sign, a really big sign in front of us that telling us what is the answer. So there are a lot of messages that are around us, and when the angels want us to know, they really put it in front of us so we can't miss, and they will put it once and they'll put it again and again and again, and we will say, oh, this is so funny, I see that so many times, and we will not understand that this is a message. So this is signs that they send us so that we can see them again and again and again until we understand that we need to do something about it. So this is just a little bit so you can start understanding the messages. And I do teach it. I have a small workshop for that. So if you want, I'll send you the information. Okay, let's see. Anger comes from fear, and fear is the need of love. Yes, fear is the need of love. I agree. I don't know who wrote that, but also the need of love sometimes is the need for someone to be heard, that someone will hear and to feel that he's noticed. So we want to understand what is that need of love exactly, so that that person can experience what he needs in order to feel that he's complete, and then we can really talk things through. And not when we feel that something is missing, we're trying to feel that. And when we feel that we are fulfilled, we can talk things through and really come together to understanding. Even if we don't understand each other or disagree, we will be able to be together and still be in that part of disagreeing. Okay. Can you talk more about listening for guidance for us, how to listen to our guidance and angels? Okay, so like I said before, there are a few things that we can do, like I said to Anna, and also exercise, a lot of exercise. I have a meditation for that. We're doing exercise for that meditation to talk to our angels, to talk to our spiritual guide, to understand how he's talking to us, because each person received the information in a different way. And when you know the way for you to receive the information, it's easier for you to understand that you're receiving it. Like now, what did I feel again? If you see me, scratching my head, is because they're tickling me in the head here. And this is one of my signs. Okay, so it's that, and also my hand that I feel here like burning and shivering in my back. So you can see me doing that. So it's the messages that they are sending me, and I know already these are my signs that these are the messages. Okay, some question. Okay, I don't know who wrote that. And Anna is saying she wrote in Hebrew to see things in the sky. Okay, see things in the
Mm.
sky is also one of the signs, exactly. There is something that they want me to say, obviously, because they keep ticking on me. So let's see what they want. Okay, so they're telling me that it's important the things that I'm answering you now, but it's more important that we will talk about again about the feminine leadership. And they want me to ask you a question. Some of you are probably parents. So when you look at a baby, what do you feel? When a baby is crying, what do you feel?
When I
So,
look when I look at the baby, my heart expands. And when he's crying, my heart is very, very small and stressful and pain. Like
okay. When the baby is crying, you can also answer the people that are with us. When the baby is crying,
Mhm.
what do you feel for him? I see that Cheryl is writing love. Write your names, okay? Not all of you. I can see the names, only some of you. How do you feel? What do you feel for the baby when he's crying? I want to help him. Compassion. Who wrote compassion? Write your name. Okay, so they're saying, as you said, that when we think of a baby, our heart really expand. And when the baby is crying, we feel compassion, and we feel that we love him and we want to help him. And they say that feminine leadership is based on that. It's based on compassion. It's based on love. It's based of expanding. And they say it's different from the way we used to think, that we used to think, again, like we said before, what do I have to gain for that? And when someone is not doing what I need him to do, so we are actually taking him away from our way. Okay, so we're just putting him aside, and no, I'm going to keep going my way. And they're saying that feminine leadership is like a mother, that she will love all her kids, And if one of the kids is not doing what she wants him to do, she will find a way to feel compassion for him and to keep loving him and to expand her heart so that she can still be his mother and she can still help him. And they say, so you know that sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes your kids are making you a hard time, but you will still feel in your heart that you want to help them. Even if you will feel angry at them, you will still feel that you want to help them. So you cannot abandon them. You will only feel that you need to help them. And even if you will get to that point that you can't help them and you will stop helping them, in your heart, you will still feel that you want to. You will still have a place for them to come back if they want. And you will still find a place for them in your heart so that at the minute that they will want something, you will find a way to do that, to receive them into your heart. So they will not leave your heart. Your heart expands when the baby is born. And you have a place for all the people in your heart, right? You don't have a child that you love
Mhm.
and the other one you don't love. You love all of them. One of them might be easier than the other, but you do love all of them. You do want to help all of them. And they say that when we are thinking about the future, we must think about ourselves as equally loving each other, and not thinking about, I'm going to help only that person. And they're saying that sometimes we are trying to help a certain community and we're forgetting another community. And they're saying you need to look at everyone as equal. They're all need to keep being equal. You cannot help only one and letting the other one, leaving him behind. You need to compare between them. So they're saying, I know it's the angel Raphael saying, I know it's difficult to understand what I'm saying, but you will understand it with time. So this is his message, that we need to remember that when we help one community, we also need to help the other community and not to put down one and just to help raising another one. And they're asking us to keep seeing ourselves as equal. And he also say that when we are raising one community and then we are helping the other one, we're all going step by step, and not making big differences between us. The differences are happening already because some of us are waking and some of us want to do the change and the others still don't understand, and sometimes they are afraid, but they will do the change with time. And we need to keep being open with our hearts to them, so when it will be their time to do the change, we will receive them into our hearts. And sometimes it's difficult because sometimes they are the people that actually telling us, no, no, you go back, you step back, because I'm not feeling that I can be with you because I don't understand your way. But we will keep being compassionate and we'll find a way for them in our hearts when they will be ready.
Mm. Very interesting. Wow. And you know what I feel? I feel like that if I will manage to do this in my small family, and then in my uh, in with my brother, my sister, and my father, and then all the time do it with the bigger
Biggest circle.
circles. uh, it will, then I will know that I succeeded. But the most hard thing to do is in the core family. But
Yeah.
then you can go more and more and more outside of yourself, and it's a practice. Now I know that I did a very good work in my core family, and now I'm going out and I have, some issues of compassion and looking at equal with my brother, because he always says, you tell me you're the elder girl. And it was 20 years ago, but it still sits in his heart that I told him I'm elder than him.
Yeah.
And I know that now I have to put my attention in the listening and the compassion and the communication with my second circle, which is my brother, my sister, my father.
Yes,
Yeah.
so we all have to find the place. Well, we all have a place that is easier and another place that is more difficult. And what they say that can help us is if we have at least one person that we can talk to about that process that we are doing and will not judge us. Okay, at least one person. I know that I have the
Mhm.
community that my community is called the Mareket, is Margad, like the stone.
This
And
the
yeah, the reason that I have that community is because, and you have the SGLA, is because people are doing a lot of changes, and sometimes their inner circle, their closest family, don't understand the change that they are doing. And in order for them not to feel like a stranger to their own family, and to keep doing the way that they are doing, because that's the development that they want to go through, and still being able to connect and to be together with the people that they love, although they disagree about the way that they're going. So we have the community. So you need at least one person that understand what you're going through and will help you go through that way without judging you. And more than that, that he will keep your energy high, not a person that all the time will tell you how difficult it is. It's a person that will tell you, yes, but you're learning from that. Yes, but you're good at it. Yes, look how good you're getting at it. So this person is actually going to help you raise your vibration and not going to um, to take you lower in your vibration. So it's important to have one person at least at life. And if you have entire community, it's amazing.
yeah. That's a the SGLA. We have families. All the group is in small groups, in small family groups, and it really makes a wonderful work because somebody can listen uh, to your experience and give the reflection without judging and just being there and people can do processes while we meet once a week after week after week, and it's really helping. So it's good to know that we do the right things in order to help ourselves and whoever is around us.
Yes.
Do we
Let's
have another questions?
we have let's see, Emma wrote. Let's see. Oh, Colin wrote the compassion I see now. Hi, Colin. And Diana wrote, "Thank you. I feel the internet gives lots to Danny. Brought up angels with me 2 days ago, and I know I can confirm being more aware of my connection. Yes, send a link. Okay, Diana, I will send you a link. That's fine. Baby's eyes, sense of wonder. They are connected to their hearts. They are connected to hearts and also to their angels. They see angels,
Mhm.
kids see angels, and we just need to help them keep seeing them and understanding the world as well. Mitzi is writing, I feel an all encompassing love and need to help and nature the baby. Okay, unconditional love. What
Mhm.
can we do for the girls and women in danger in Afghanistan? Wow, that's an important question. I don't know. What can we do in order to help the girls and women in danger in Afghanistan? Okay, so they're saying that question, well, you ask a question about the women and the girls in Afghanistan, but they're saying that their answer are not just to people in Afghanistan, but it's related to all people that are scared from no matter what reason, that they feel afraid that they are in danger. So the answer is related to all of them and not just to girls and women in Afghanistan. And they say that there is a level of vibrations that we can receive in the world. And they say that every time that vibrations come to the world, we need to level up with them so that we can contain them. And they show me. I need to tell you what I see. So they show me like a blanket, but that blanket also have holes in it. And when that blankets come to us, we need to lift ourselves up so we can uh, feel that blanket on us, but we can also breathe. So the head is going through the holes, and it's not something that is on our head and we cannot breathe. And they tell us that the vibration, when vibrations are coming down, when new signals are coming down, we need to raise our head. And raising our head is actually going above the fear. And they say that those people that can't raise their head, those people that are struggling, that they are in fear, that they are in danger, what they are feeling when those vibrations are coming to us, the danger is raising for them. Okay,
Mhm.
so the danger is actually raising. There are danger here now in Israel with the fire, for instance, in Jerusalem, because a lot of people are afraid from all kind of things. So there is more danger showing up to us, so we know that we need to do more processes of unconditional love. So what they say is, what we can do is that we can meditate for them in intention, that our meditation will be for those people, to send them unconditional love that will help them find the peace and the love inside of them, and that will help them find the solutions for their situation. So one of them might run away, and another one might find a way to join with other people and do something. So what they say is, you don't have the solutions for them, but you have a way to help them find a solution in them. And when we want to do that, especially if there are people that we don't know there, I don't know someone there that I need to call and ask, do you need help? How can I help you? But I can help by doing meditation in intention to help them raise the unconditional love vibration in them, and the feeling of secure and safe, and they will find the solutions in them. And this is also feminine leadership, by the way, not thinking just about doing meditation for myself, but to think about doing meditation for someone else. I have initiation. I think I have initiation every beginning of Jewish month. And in the last initiation, they told us that every day for 40 days until the beginning of the new year, of the Jewish New
Mhm.
Year, which is next month. And they told us to, for 40 days, it was to light a candle and say that we are sending blessing to all the people in the world of healing and of feeling safe. So this is the bless that they told us: healing and feeling safe, and to the earth, healing to the earth, and healing to the sky, and healing to the four elements, to the fire and to the water. And this past month have been really, really difficult, because there have been a lot of um, disasters.
Disasters.
Yes, disasters. And I understand how important it is that we have done. We're still doing it. It's till the next month, but how important it is to do it, because as I said before, we are all a part of this puzzle, but we all have a role. And it's not that we are a small part, we are a really, really important part, and we are really affecting. So even though we think that we are not doing anything, if we have an intention in what we do, and this is so important, the intention, not just to light a candle and say the words, it's to have the intention, even if you don't know the words, that really matter, that really help us change things.
And as I also know, if I will, if I would like to pray, I will always pray for the blessing and for the healing, and for something good for others to happen, because in that way I send them the blessing and it will get back to me. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I know that I will help them heal, and I will heal by myself. So it's kind of similar to send our blessings and our prayers for others.
Yes, and it remind me that about, I think, 2 years ago, we got a message on the weekly message. They said, send healing to people that you never met but are affecting your world. And I remember sitting down and they said to say the words, "I'm sending healing to our relationship in order to heal the relationship and raise the vibration of the world." And I remember sitting down and thinking about our world leaders, okay, the people that are really taking calls for all of us in the world and sending them unconditional love so they will understand how to find the right answers in them. And I remember sending them healing to the relationship that I have with them, although they don't know me. But I
Mhm.
know that if I'm in this world and something that they are doing is affecting me, that means that there is a relationship between us, even though they don't know who I am.
Mhm.
So
Uh,
that is also the remembering that we are a complete puzzle and we are all a part of it.
yes, completely.
Yes. So
But
I see there is more people writing. Your core family
okay.
tend to see you via the eyes of the past and take time to register the children involved. Exactly. And
Yeah.
also, someone wrote, "Can you help organize meditation for them then?" That had been my question about Afghanistan, Mitzi. Okay, so Mitzi, I have a healing process that I did, I think about 2 weeks ago, and
Mm.
I can send you the link, and you can do that, and everyone can do that, and it's in English, so we can send the healing as well, and we can just do that. It was a really good process then. Wow. Um,
So good. It's so fast. It's moving on so fast. The time
yeah,
when we're having a good conversation, and
exactly.
if you can please let us know how can we connect to your channeling, Baraket, and how can people connect you if they will need some help or any advice.
Okay, so I have my Facebook page first of all, which I have the weekly messages every. It's every Sunday that I receive them, but it takes me about 24 hours until I have the subtitles in English. So they're there every Monday. You can see the weekly messages. Also, you can receive them by WhatsApp. It's a silent group that I send to people the weekly messages, and then you can really go through the process that we have there because they are taking us through a process,
Mhm.
and and this is the first thing that you can do, and I will send you here. I'll put my link. And also there is I have also the process that I teach, channeling. I have a workshop opening to channeling, connecting to your spiritual guide, which is a really important workshop. It's for beginners and also to people that really want to know
Mhm.
more, to understand more science, so it's something that can also be related to. Yeah.
And there can be put here in our
Yes,
chat
I will.
links.
Oh, I also have the live, the angels. Yeah, I forgot. I have angels
Ah,
news.
the Angel Live tomorrow at 8:30.
Angels, yes, Angels News. And Angels News is
Mhm.
alive, so you can come and ask questions. And it's different from the weekly message where I receive the message during channeling and then I send it. In Angels News, you can come and ask questions as well. And then they really help us understand how to do the weekly message, how to practically use the tools that they talk to us in the weekly message. I love the Angels News. I feel every time when I finish, I feel that I know what I need to do,
Mhm.
and it's good. I love it. I love the Angels News. So yes, I'll put the links now in a few seconds so
I
that you
have
can.
also I want just to share that I decided that the next I'm listening. I'm in the SGLA. I also listen to Kabbalah and I listen to you, Rakefet, and I've decided that the next year, since
Yeah.
the New Year's Eve, in each week, I will gather all the messages or all the process that I'm moving on uh, during this week, and then when I will
Oh,
get to the
that's
next week,
important.
in a few words, if
Yeah.
you had if the angel said do this and this, how did I practice it? If the Kabbalah lesson said do this, look at this and this, how what did I saw that week? And imagine I will have a weekly self-report, small self-report. What will happen a year after when I will start reading them and see the process? Because I feel like in the 1.5 years I've done a lot, and I cannot go back and understand when did I do, what did I do, or when was it that I learned this point of view. And if I will do it, it will be a very, it will have a great effect.
I agree, and I can tell you that I'm actually doing something. I've been doing it for, I think, 4 years maybe. And what I'm doing is that at the end of every day, I'm writing down to a group of people what have I learned today about myself. So I have a WhatsApp group that I write every evening. What did I learn about myself today? And I can tell you that really changed my life, because then every month, at the end of the month, I go back and I read it, and I find out, first of all, that I've learned a lot, that I've changed a lot about the way I act. And as I told you, that I noticed that I talk less. It's because of that process that I noticed that, and I started noticing that those small things that I've changed, and little small succeed, small things that I succeeded to do, and they're not small at all, because one step at a time, you receive something big.
Mhm.
And then I understand that I changed a lot.
And also putting
Amazing.
it out and writing it down, it also makes some incarnation. It's very, and then it's a very important stage in our development, because that's how we take it out to the world from inside of us, and then maybe we can talk less because we already said what we had. We just wrote it down. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you
It's so,
understand more inside of you, so you don't need to talk about it so much,
yeah.
because you're already doing the inner process.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. And the
yeah.
three questions that you mentioned, or the question that you mentioned, is a magical one, because I did it with my son when he had a bad situation, and each night I asked him three questions. What did you learn from about yourself today? What did you do today that you didn't do yesterday? And how would you like the next day to be for you? And in 2 months, each night I talked with him about it, and then he went to sleep. It changed his whole perspective. So even on
Wow,
children, it works. It just
it works.
works.
It does. It does.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, completely. And I love doing this work with my kids, and I see them thinking about things. Even sometimes I ask them questions, they don't immediately understand what I want, and then after a few days, my girl can come and say to me, Mom, I kept thinking about it, and I think I figured out something about myself. And I've been doing, because of the COVID-19, they've been a lot in, with me at home. So I've been doing a lot of those things with them, a lot of conversations and deep conversations with them. I think it's one of the blessings that I had this year. And I see it's not only that our relationship got better, it's also that they find new things about themselves that might
Mm-hmm.
even take them longer to understand if they didn't have that time with me asking those questions to them. And a lot of times when people are asking me, I'm doing counseling to people. People call me for consultation, for energetic treatments. And a lot of time people asking me things about their kids and about other people that they love. And the angels keep telling them, be inspiration to them and ask them questions that they will find the answers inside of them. Don't tell them your answer. Help them find the answers for themselves, and then respect the answer that they have. Yes, don't try to convince them other way around. So
Yes.
this is one of the
Mhm.
important things they say.
Yes. We're back to our core family issues
Mhm.
always. But it's good. It's very good. Is there any other question?
I see here there is a part of me that I am not so used to listen to, but it is clearly. there and you talk straight to this part. Can you help me to explain? Okay, I'm not sure that I understand the question. Are you asking how to listen better to that part of yourself? Is that the question? Can you write the question in a more vivid way that I will understand the question? Yeah. Okay, I can say that until you write to me. I can say that we all have intuition, and intuition is a message from our higher soul. We feel it in ourselves, we feel it in our stomach mostly, and some of us ignore it. Other of us understand that we need to listen to. So if that part is that intuition. So remember, it's your higher soul that is sending you the message, and your higher soul knows all times, and she knows that there is a lot of universes, parallel universes that are happening, existing at the same time. So remember that if you have intuition and your higher soul is sending you a message, you need to pay attention to. Okay, don't ignore it.
It feels like right.
Yes, but sometimes we feel that there are other things that we want to do. We don't
Oh,
want to do that. We want to do what we want to do.
yeah, but regarding to what she was asking about, it feels like something else is listening through her body, and it feels like it's right.
Yeah.
It's good. It makes you feel. It makes you expand your heart.
Yes.
So it's probably the intuition.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I see. I think we answered all the questions.
Ah, okay. Good, good, very good.
Esther she's asking what is that part. So yes,
It's
that part is the
intuition.
intuition.
Hmm.
It's the higher soul that's answering you. Yeah. Yeah. I'll try to put you um,
The links.
the links. Yes. Yes. I need
We
to.
can do it later on also, or in our invitation of Facebook.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Rakefet. It's been a wonderful 1 hour and 1 minute and 52 seconds being with you. I bless, I send blessing to everybody, and and thank you, Rakefet, for being with us.
Thank you so much, Arita, for having me, and to everyone that here and asking questions. And I'm really blessed that you are here, and I'm really blessed to have that ability. So thank you. Thank
You're
you.
mostly welcome. See you next week in another one.
Bye. See you in the Angels News on Tuesday.